I'm Mwakinya Elvis, and our company is called Rent Better. I'm a graduate from Makerere University. I majored in international business, first class. But life after campus is very different. So sometimes we do not get the jobs that we hope to get. So sometimes we begin our own jobs. So I had a shop, or I still even have a shop in Equatorial where we sell phones, and we were renting. So I've been doing this even when I was at campus. But the problem that we've been facing is how to pay rent. So now paying rent was not that easy. And at the end of the month, you know the Ugandan system, we pay rent at the end of the month. And throughout the period, or emyezi nga gigenda, we could have the money because we make sales day by day. But at the end of the month, you getting that money and giving it to the landlord was a bit hard. So this drove me to think of which ways could we start paying rent, which can enable us to always pay on time and conveniently. So we thought about Rent Better. So Rent Better came in as a platform that eases our way to pay rent to the landlord. And not only to us, but to any other Ugandans, because we are renting with very many people. And nga bafuna obuzibu okusasula rent omwezi guweddeko, so lodi mu budde nga basasula batya. Rent Better tukkiriza okusasula rent mu micro installments. We pay our rent in micro installments, that you don't need to end the end of the month, then you pay rent. No, you can pay rent every day. So there is a system we designed for tenants whereby every single day you can pay rent. And this one mostly affects the people, or it's good for the people who are in the informal sector, who earn daily, who are not salaried, where by the end of the month your money is going to come. If people who are getting money every day, for example, border riders, for example, people in the shops, all that. So if you get the money every day, you can be saving your money with your landlord, so that at the end of the month, you are done paying rent. So we relieve you of the burden. What really validated our idea was when we were creating this thing, or when Rent Better was created. So when we got our first user, in fact we were the first user. So you approach the landlord and we're like, we are going to be paying through this kind of a system. So we are removing a system whereby we are giving you money every month, but we are going to start paying you daily. So all of us who are working at the shop started doing this. And every money we would get, for example, if you earn, like, for example, in a day you can make 200 on a phone. So if you can get 20K and you give it to the landlord every single day, for example, if you are paying rent of 60, in a month you have already paid your rent when you even don't know, and you are still having other profits. So when we saw when this thing was working, when we saw it when it's working so well, we are like, you know what? Let us now leave alone. We leave the proximity we are in. Let us extend it to all Ugandans. Because if you look at the studies, most of the Ugandans who are in the Kampala region are like 60% people who are living in the urban areas. And 47% of those people are renting. So that means that people come here for work and they are renting. They don't have like permanent residence. So if you can tap into that region whereby people are working, but they have the burden of rent every single day. So if you can come to solve that problem of someone paying conveniently the money without having stress. So that is what drove us to think about Rent Better, and that's what drove us to push it to every Ugandan, so that they can alleviate themselves for the burden of paying rent. So one of our biggest challenges is behavior change. People are used to paying rent at the end of the month. So now giving them something whereby they have to pay rent every day is something very hard. And we are using tech to solve this problem, because Rent Better is a platform, a mobile application. So someone has to download it on their phone, and they must have data. So you go in the application, then you create for yourself a schedule that I'm going to be paying my rent like this until the end of the month.